Hello and welcome to Fraggle Talk Classic, the unofficial Fraggle Rock podcast brought to you by toughpigs.com. My name is Beth, and I am rewatching for the millionth time.
My name is Julia, and I'm rewatching for the first time in 10 years.
My name is Adam, and look, what's that?
What? Where?
It's a distraction from the fact that I haven't come up with a joke for this part yet. Speaking of distractions, we have a guest.
A very special
Yay!
returning guest. Who's that I see?
Hi, guys! It's Roz Strand
Hey, Roz.
Hi, Roz.
from Tough Pigs Adjacent.
Oh. Yay.
Meaning I am around various tough pigs and enjoy them.
Yay!
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Thanks for asking.
If you're sitting next to somebody named Jason, are you Jason adjacent?
You're Jason adjacent. It's true. You're adjacent squared.
Yes.
Adjacent. Adjacent?
Mhm.
No.
Adjacent.
There you go.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, I loved listening to the bonus episode of Movin Right Along where you came on to defend Muppet Classic Theater.
Yes! All
Because
right.
it made me rewatch it and go, I love this. And then I got to watch it later with Adam because we were trying to watch the
I was going
Muppet
to say,
Show.
is that the one that we watched in Cascade?
Exactly. And we couldn't get access to Disney, so I was like, aha, I know what's on YouTube for free.
And it was great.
I'm so excited! Yay! Okay, take up your swords. We're gonna go defend it against anybody else who has bad things to say about Muppet Classic Theater.
Ah.
I'm still working on Anthony to try to get a six mini episode series, even though we already covered it once, because I always have more to say.
Mhm.
And he keeps telling me, no, Roz, you don't run the podcast. And I'm like, yeah,
For now.
but we could just
Soon
do
the Roz
it.
shall rise up, claim the reins of the podcast.
Yeah, that would be difficult. But it would be really fun to just say, yeah, I do want to talk about this for 6 whole episodes and break it down bit by bit.
Guess what? Roz is in charge now.
Yes,
Deal with it.
we are gonna always love everything Muppets and never have anything bad to say about it. So deal and be happy. But yeah, it's been fun. I'm glad that you enjoyed it.
Yeah. In that case, I'm glad this episode is pretty much a good one. At least I thought so.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I have
Oh, yeah.
almost nothing but love for this. There's like a couple of beats that I think they could have taken it a little farther, and that's all I have to say about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, today we're talking about episode 20 of season 2, A Cave of One's Own, which originally aired on May 14th, 1984, written by Susan Jewell and Jerry Jewell, and directed by George Bloomfield. And Roz, can you tell us a little bit about why you specifically requested to be on this episode?
I feel like it's super relatable.
Yeah.
And both as like interpersonal relationship, but also just like inside your own brain.
Mm.
I feel like getting along with yourself is very much like trying to balance your own little Mokey and Red and your wants versus your needs.
Mm.
And
That's... Wait, hold on. Hold on. You're saying that a story about roommates learning to coexist will help us learn to coexist with ourselves?
yes.
Wow. I'm so glad you're on the podcast, Roz.
I'm so happy to be here. I missed
That's
you
not even a
guys.
spicy take. That is a savory take. There is a lot of meat on those bones.
But it's and also it just it makes you feel good while doing it too. So
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
guys, it's the first time we meet Lanford.
It is.
That's right. Oh, I'm so excited to talk about Lanford.
So we open up with the Dog and Sprocket section, and there's a whole scene about, like, oh, they're turning the old abandoned captain's house into a hotel bed and breakfast. But is this the first time we hear that Doc lives by the coast?
I think it's the first time that we've gotten confirmation of it. There've been hints now and then, because, like, there was, like, you know, boat wreck stuff that he got at some point.
Well, and then it's the old captain's house.
Mhm.
Yeah, they
Too.
mentioned that.
Yeah, but that could be, like, a military thing.
Oh, true.
Yeah. I just, as a kid, I think that you think of Captain, and it's like boat.
Like Captain Crunch.
I see, as a kid, I was already a pedantic little bastard, so I think of Captain and I think, there are 3 branching paths from which this can go to,
Please be more specific.
2 of which are likely to make a person well-known, 1 of which is only likely to make someone well-known if they're a jerk and is used ironically. That would be captain of the football team.
Yeah, and it turns out he was actually a captain of industry.
4 branching paths. Oops.
Doc mentions to Sprocket that them and Schimmelfinny's house, like, they live on a little street all to themselves. Do they live on, like, a dead end? What does that mean? Do they not have other neighbors?
Right?
Are all the other buildings deserted?
I'm imagining it's a little cul-de-sac up against, like, beachland.
Yeah, maybe. I guess I didn't take
Probably.
into consideration, like, Captain, so they're at the coast, and so maybe they're by the shore. So it's maybe just kind of tucked away, but that just, like, was strange.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Are you sure about that?
No.
No, I had the same
I
thought.
did always imagine Doc on a cul-de-sac. Because it's just
But
like,
wait,
there's no...
Isn't there a previous episode where, like, all of his neighbors sign a petition about the music that he's playing?
Yep.
There is, yeah. One seam in the world building.
Fraggle Rock,
And that petition had 4 signatures.
I mean, sure, maybe
Way
it was
more.
very few neighbors, but just all of them.
I was going to say, maybe it was just Schimmelfinny and Fluffinella.
And, like, people from, like, it was so
Yes.
loud the block over.
Right, yeah. Which neighbors?
Interesting.
Yeah, it's like, we are the thoroughfare next to your loud cul-de-sac, and we detest this.
Mm-hmm.
Although, speaking of petitions, so Doc is trying to start the petition to not have the old deserted captain's house being turned into a bed and breakfast or a hotel. And he's got 2 signatures. One is his, and then one is Sprocket's. And he turns the petition, you just see a giant paw print. It's a very good gag.
I love that so much.
Yeah, that's hilarious. And he's you know, he's an active member of the community, so it makes sense that he's just like, I don't like this, we're gonna start a petition. It was either that or a letter writing campaign, and, you know, then the dog print wouldn't be as funny.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know why he's so up in arms about all of this, though. It seems like he would...
Because he wants his dang space.
I know, but it seems like he would enjoy getting to know people and, like, telling them about his tinkering and teaching them things.
I mean, how does it usually go when he tries to tell people about his tinkering?
Yeah, that's true. That hasn't really worked out.
Doc seems to be like a guy who's might be a little averse to change unless it was his idea.
Yeah.
Or something.
Autistic? Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, like, that is the conclusion that he eventually comes to, is like, oh, yeah, this is actually going to be, you know, a good opportunity to, you know, meet new people.
Yeah, he comes to that conclusion, all right.
Right. We'll get there.
So we cut to Red and Mokey, and Red does one of the most annoying things that children do. Mokey is meditating, and Red just runs up and starts just yapping at her and trying to show off this cool thing. And this happens. I had a first grade class, and then I did this episode, and I was just sort of like, oh.
Oh no, it's happening
These kids
again.
do that. They'll just run up and yell your name into your ear while you're in the middle of a conversation with another kid. And I always say, hey, you're interrupting. Look first, talk second.
Oh, that's good. I always point at them, hold up one finger, and I say, wait this many minutes, and then I will talk to you. And then...
See, my problem is I always wind up with a line of kids who need my attention.
Okay.
And so I have to just be like, hey, like, you didn't raise your hand. You got out of your seat to come talk to me. I need you to sit down and raise your hand. Also, look at what's happening. Look at what's happening right now. What's happening?
Yeah.
Or you're talking to them. Yeah. Don't interrupt. That's very rude.
Yeah.
The polite way to do this is to wait, and then I'll get to you. I do want to get to you. I want to help you. That's my job. But there's only one of me.
Yeah. Well, also, I do work with mostly individuals who do have autism, so it's like visuals for everything, and telling them, look at everybody else, they're going to be like, yes, they are all here to serve my needs also, so what's your point? Yeah, and also most kids are like so egocentric in first grade, and I just love it.
Oh, yeah.
They're all little Reds. It's amazing.
Well, and that's part of why I try to keep it like a really simple instruction. I'm just like, yeah, no, you're interrupting. Look first, talk second.
Yeah,
I like that.
and Red would probably look and then say, "Now you can look at me."
Or be like, yeah, you're doing this weird meditating thing.
Why should I care?
That's not more important than what I have to say.
Yes.
Look at my double flipper skipper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do think it's worth noting the fact that instead of chanting something like, Om or the like, Mokey is chanting whoopee, but very slowly, like bending forward, going whoa, and then sitting up, going.
Is that what that was?
Exactly. This is
Yeah.
further evidence of the sacredness of the word whoopee.
That's great.
Has this come up in past?
Yep.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Whoopee is super sacred. That's amazing because it's true.
Yeah.
I love that just because I do think that a focus word should be something that you can actually believe in.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Why not Whoopi? And also Whoopi Goldberg. Sorry.
Exactly.
I mean, she aged a little bit poorly, but her early stuff was fire.
Her early stuff, yeah. Sorry, I was thinking about when she would do all of the intros to all the Sesame Street about how these many kids are counting.
I was just thinking about Ghost.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so Mokey and Red are like low-key conflicting, and Gobo and Wembley show up, and I don't quite know exactly how they get onto the topic of like trying to coexist.
Well, so initially it's like Mokey's like, I need to find tranquility. This place is too noisy. And I was like, okay, but you're also in someone else's cave right now.
Yeah. I didn't realize that at first, and then I was like, wait, she's meditating in Gobo and Wembley's cave, and she's complaining that everyone is like, she can't have any peace and tranquility for her meditating, and it's like, yeah, this also begs the question, where have Mokey and Red been living up to this point?
We don't know. We never get to find out.
I think I assumed they were already roommates.
Ah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, they were roommates.
Yes. They decide to become roommates.
Yeah.
And it is kind of weird because you assume that they're all like kind of paired off.
Mm-hmm.
Except for Boober, who's just with a big pile of laundry somewhere.
I was going to say, I just assume he sleeps with all the laundry.
Yeah.
I think also it's because Back to the Rock, they just jumped to it and they're already roommates at the start of that show. So
right.
Yes.
I think a part of that, along with with Lamford, has clouded my memories of what takes place on this show. So I forgot that we get to see them become roommates, which the second they're like, oh my gosh, we should live together, I was like, I know what this episode is going to be about.
Yeah, So when I was in college, I was an RA in a freshman dorm, and something happened enough that I had a thing that I did about it where two people would move in, and I'd, go around and be like, hey, have you set up your roommate agreements? And they would go, oh, we're best friends. We don't need to have a roommate agreement. And I would say, okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to fold up this roommate agreement, and you're both going to sign this envelope that I put it in. If either of you comes to me requesting a room transfer, before I give you that, I'm going to take this out and we're going to sit down and we're going to write it out.
Mm-hmm.
That is your agreement.
Look at you teaching from way back when.
And yeah, it's always a messy conversation, but it always went pretty well.
I know so many people that this, of course, happens to.
Mm-hmm.
You have somebody in your life, you love them so much, everything's great about them. Of course, living together would be great, even though there's obviously well-played evidence that there are going to be shenanigans for you both, and you're already involved in them. But yeah, sure, let's go. Man, if we got just that one special place, then it would be amazing, and everything's going to work out perfectly.
Yeah.
When you live with your bestie.
Look, I love my best friend dearly, and I would never live with her.
Yeah.
Same.
Just full stop. But no, there's a couple of really good bits of dialogue. Like, they're talking about like peace and quiet. Yeah, we want tranquil. And Wembley says, "Who needs tranquil? We want peace and quiet." And Gobo just sort of says, "You tell him, Wembley." And it's like, you clearly get that this is silly, but you also want to be supportive, and like that was cute.
Yeah.
Well, and also for Wembley to be so emphatic like that, he's just like, "Yeah, good job, you committed, buddy, to the exact same premise."
And like, there's that bit where Red said, I think it's Mokey says, "We often agree," and Red says, "That's not true. We always agree." And I was like, oh wow, okay, we're going deep into the paint on these.
Oh, the foreboding.
Yeah, I wonder, since it was Jerry Jewell and his wife, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just, how much of this was real life?
Right.
I had that exact same thought when Beth told us who wrote this episode. I was like, oh, yeah,
Yep.
Because, I mean, it's maybe slightly different when it is a romantic partner, but there is still stuff that you have to reckon with and be like, okay, we do things so differently. We need to figure this out. Because that's, that is also how a lot of relationships don't end up working out. You move in together and things fall apart.
Yep.
Yes. And you both want different things in a relationship, which they do a great song about.
Yeah.
Can we talk about that?
This
pretty song.
It's a very nice little song that doesn't really, it's not one of the ones that gets stuck in my head or that, I voluntarily come back to, but it's got some nice imagery.
Yeah.
It does. This song is my one minor complaint about this whole episode, which is just and here's the thing. I wouldn't say this if I didn't genuinely believe that they were capable of it, because the music team behind this show has absolute bangers, on genre-bending, intentionally genre-rooted bangers on the regular. They should have had a really jarring genre transition when Red started singing. We should have gone straight from Mokey's chill, kind of upbeat with little bit drums, do right into Red going, yeah, and we're gonna do this, and we're gonna do, show us with the music what we're about to see in stuff, because I know you can.
That would have been cool.
Yeah. I completely agree, because Red is just trying to blend in, and that's not how Red does most things. And it was just and this is my dream, and it's just beautiful, and it's where's the ripping horns section? There should be something a little bit more splashy about Red.
Yeah, there's something to be said for the her trying to be oh yeah, I'm trying to be who I thought you wanted me to be. But we don't really see that kicking in until they actually live together.
Yes. Yeah, and the visuals that they're giving us during this song, that when they each, sing their individual verses, we get these little daydream sequences of what they're imagining that they would do in this perfect place that they're looking for. And, Mokey's imagining them sitting and meditating together. And then when it comes to Red's verse, she's swinging on a swing, and then she's flipping over to hang from it like a trapeze, and then she picks up Mokey to join her and playing, and I'm okay, so we at least get the visual of how different their imagined perfect place is.
Yeah. It's both happy. I mean, we're not talking about either of them just, completely clashing, but it's just the difference between quiet play and loud. It's always about quiet and loud, it feels like.
Yeah.
And so this is just the beginning of it. But I do like a swing in house. I just think that that's just a good idea.
Yeah.
Oh,
it is also interesting because, we'll get to it at the very end, the big revelation about why they like each other, the things they like about each other. But in their visions, they're each in each other's visions, but in Mokey's, Red is meditating, and her hair's still in pigtails, but they're down and they're lower. It's kind of like when she was imitating Mokey in that one episode in season 1. But then in Red's, you have Mokey swinging on the swing with Red, which is really out of character for both of them. So it is interesting, their eventual revelation about each other, but at this point they're yeah, we're gonna do the things I like doing, and we're both equally gonna have a great time. I guess that they're just living in the delusion of this perfect image of being roommates together.
Well, they're living in the story that their brain is telling about it, which, stories like that aren't always grounded in reality, because you can only ground your story in as much of a reality as you understand. And there are parts of a person you just don't know until you live with them.
Yeah.
Very true.
And we get to see a lot of really good examples of that.
Yeah. So they find this cave that at first does seem perfect.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, honestly, yeah, all the ferns and moss and mushrooms and twisting tree roots or whatever and flowers, like, yeah, I want to live there too.
Yeah, high ceilings.
Mm-hmm. Natural light, somehow.
Excellent location to the swimming hole.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's always location, even in caves.
Location, location, location.
Yep. In Missouri, where I'm from, we have quite a few caves.
Ooh.
So it did remind me whenever they're searching through stuff of like doing things that I would not recommend people do. It is best done whenever you are young and immature and unaware of the massive dangers that you are partaking whenever you needlessly go explore caves with like Roman candles as your only light.
Oh God.
Good Lord.
Wow.
It was true. It's just like suddenly you just walk into a space and you're like, oh, everything's amazing in here. This is a great place to play hide and seek. Hey, 15-year-olds, let's go. So
Whee!
kind of reminded me a little bit of my days growing up, just searching for caves like that.
And we get to see the juxtaposition in their personalities like immediately.
Yeah.
Because Mokey like grabs Red's hands and thanks the spirit of the cave, and Red is enthusiastic but very confused.
Yes.
And distracted.
Mhm.
She starts like looking around like, okay, whatever. Let's go get our stuff.
And there's this great little bit of like Mokey setting up this nice, neat, orderly little thing, and then Red just directing like lines of Fraggles just dumping piles of crap.
Yeah, I really wish that Large Marvin was part of this entourage bringing in Red stuff.
Aw.
I was looking for like, are there any weird off deep cut Fraggles in this scene?
Yeah.
And then it's just like, I don't think did you guys recognize any of them? Because I don't think
I did not recognize any of them.
Yeah,
I didn't even look.
Yeah,
It was one that I thought like might have been Henchy, but it's hard to tell if he's not speaking.
Yeah. And then there's the one with the little barbell.
Yeah.
And he just falls flat. That is so cute. Fraggles lifting things is quite enjoyable
Oh yeah.
because they don't get to use their hands all that much. So whenever they're holding something, it's just like, oh look, they're holding a thing.
There's so many good props in this episode.
Oh my
There's
gosh.
so many good props in this episode.
Yeah.
We also, like, one of the things that I love so much about this episode is the sheer number of beats that we get to the buildup of this conflict.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we get to see the seeds first with the Mokey thanking the spirit one, and then we get to see Mokey have a reaction to all of Red's clutter, and Red say, I can stop, I can clean this up a little bit, and Mokey says, no, clutter is a symbol of spiritual freedom, and I'd like to learn from that. And she's clearly trying to put a good spin on something that is actively stressing her out. Like, it starts the first day.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I find that really interesting that, like, in their daydreams, Mokey was imagining Red joining her to do Mokey-ish things, and Red was imagining Mokey joining her to do Red-ish things. But when it comes to real life, Red's going full Red, and Mokey's going, okay, I guess I can learn to be more like Red. And then when Mokey goes full Mokey, Red's like, okay, I guess I can learn to be more like Mokey. And it doesn't work.
No.
Doesn't work.
Yep.
Doesn't work.
Cannot deny who you truly are. But then it almost seems like it becomes a one-upmanship.
Yeah.
And then that's when the problems like really start to take flight.
Well, we get another beat before I think the one-upmanship kicks in. We get the read aloud beat. And this is, I think, the first time we get to see them try to make like a conscious choice. Like, Mokey tries to, be not herself to get used to Red's clutter. And then Red tries to take over the read aloud because she's so clearly bored with what Mokey's reading. And then Mokey makes up an excuse for not having to finish because she's so uncomfortable with all the action and the violence.
Yeah.
That Red is reading.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when she brings in Lanford.
Lanford!
My immediate reaction was, Lanford, girl, that's Aubrey too. You gotta get out of there.
Feed me, Mokey. Where are all the Fraggles going all of a sudden?
Where did all the Fraggles go? Oh. I haven't seen Gobo or Wembley.
I haven't seen Henshu in forever.
The first to go was that mean dentist.
There's little red dots all over the linoleum.
Lanford's so big all of a sudden.
Yeah.
But he's a great singer.
Yeah.
Hey, can I get off topic for one quick second?
Always.
We
Please.
never
Awesome.
get off topic on this pocket
Pocket podcast.
podcast. Yes, go. I can't even make a dumb joke about it. Yes, please.
So, I'm up here in near St. Paul in Minnesota, and we have the Guthrie Theater, which is one of our bigger theaters. But we have a huge amount of local theater always going on. Huge scene. Lots of actors and actresses like live on their acting skills in St. Paul and Minneapolis. So
That's awesome.
I know. I love living here. Everybody come to my house and come check it out. Not all at once, but so we had Little Shop of Horrors that they put on, and it happened to be put on round about the time that also our local Como Zoo had a giant corpse flower blooming.
Oh.
So they had Horace the Corpse Flower. And there was a ton of tourist industry and stuff like that. People lined up for hours to see Horace the Corpse Flower bloom. And it smells like death. And don't you want to come smell how bad our flower smells? It's only going to do this once every 7 years if you're lucky. And the
Those
moon is
things
right.
smell so bad. They smell so bad.
Have you smelled one?
Yeah.
I've only heard about it. I haven't seen one in person or smelled one in person.
I'm Googling them right now.
There was an exhibit at the Exploratorium when they had one.
Wild.
Oh,
These things are
okay.
wild.
Well, they need pollinators, and the pollinators, they attract are flies.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense.
So it smells like rotting flesh. So with the famousness of Horace going on along with a play about a giant, man-eating plant, they made their Audrey 2 look like a corpse flower.
Ooh.
That's amazing.
Yes, so it was such a trip because it opened at the top, and you guys got to look it up online because really you need a visual for this. But it was really, really fun to be like, this is going to be the only production that has a freaking corpse flower eating people. And it was really fun.
Oh.
Whereas the other one has a people flower eating corpses. Hey-o.
Exactly. So, Lanford, you're in good company because there's a Horace the Corpse Flower Audrey 2.
Awesome. But yeah, I will mention that this is not the last time we'll see Lanford. He's definitely going to make some
Yay.
follow-up appearances.
Mm-hmm.
And we were so pleased when he got introduced in season 2 of Back to the Rock.
Yeah.
Yeah. It shows a lot of the relationships that people have in their household, because he's part plant and he's part pet. And he matters so much to her, and he's been with her forever.
Yeah.
So, I mean, anybody can relate. Plant parent or fur parent or actual, human parent. It has the same love.
It reminds me of one of my favorite Stephen King short stories, LT's Theory of Pets.
I read that one.
He was reading this article that was like, a pet is the worst thing you can give your spouse because you don't, as a surprise, because you don't know if they're going to get along with it.
Mm.
And he was like, in my personal life, that's not true. My wife gave me a dog and I gave her a cat and everything's great. But I wrote a story about what if you don't, or what if that wasn't? And it's this really beautifully painful story about this marriage, like, that was sort of on the rocks, just getting, like, put to the stress test from these two pets that they each get each other as a gift that, like, the pet hates the person they were given to and loves the person that gave it.
Mm.
And, like, that is a thing. You move in with somebody, you got to get used to their pets.
Yeah.
Maybe their dog is really aggressive, or maybe their cat screams at your door when you're trying to record a podcast.
I had a snake when I first met Anthony.
Wow.
And he was actually okay with it, but his family was not.
Okay.
And his family was very much questioning why he would ever be interested in someone who owned a snake.
I'm just thinking about how many friends I know who have snakes.
Yeah. They had this idea in their mind of what a snake person is.
Right.
And it's just like, yeah, a snake person is like, it can be anybody. His name was Ziggy. He was ball python.
Mm-hmm.
He liked to help me clean.
Oh.
And he had a little Z on his neck, right behind his jaw on the left side. And he was named after Ziggy Stardust. And so, like, if you add all of that, then suddenly I seem like me again. But whenever they were just like, oh, you're dating a snake lady, like, like, are you kidding me? So that's also that. Your pets and your plants do say something about you. And sometimes it's a stereotype.
Yeah.
Sometimes your housemates' pets also say something about you, and sometimes that thing is...
And yeah, Mokey doesn't necessarily seem like the type of person to own the type of plant that... I don't know. How vicious is Lanford, really? Does he just not like Red in particular?
We don't know.
We don't know.
And he's like part spring, so he's just got kind of a bouncy personality.
So we cut back to Doc and Sprocket.
Yes.
And Doc says, I don't believe it. They've started construction. And I said, I also don't believe it. How did your city organize construction that quickly? Should take years of committee arguments.
I guess he didn't get his petition out fast enough.
It was the 80s, man. Business was booming.
And Canada.
Somebody Robert Moses the heck out of this hotel.
Yeah.
There might be
not great.
Less red tape up there. I don't know.
Yeah. And then he has a picket sign.
He has two, because he has one for Sprocket. And Sprocket's just says, grrr. And it made me so happy.
Yeah.
One of my favorite things about just storytelling is ways you can give character details. And like, picket signs are a great way to give little character details. One of my all-time favorite moments in Adventure Time is Tree Trunks, the elderly elephant character, decides that she wants to protest Princess Bubblegum. So she makes a picket sign, and she writes the word fascist in blue sparkle glue in perfect cursive, and then starts carrying it through the streets.
Oh,
That's very good.
It's so good. I love Tree Trunks.
That's awesome. I got some blue sparkle glue right upstairs, man. That's a good sign.
You can recreate it.
I should go make that happen right now.
Go to the next protest carrying that and see if any of the other protesters are Adventure Time fans.
I could just put it out in my yard. People would get it.
Hey.
We get back to Mokey and Red, who are, I guess they're waking up from sleep, and Mokey wakes up first by hitting a gong and then standing on her hands. And I did make a note saying, surely these two have had a sleepover before.
You would think.
Is this really Red's first time ever experiencing Mokey in the mornings? Maybe. Maybe Mokey is more polite when they don't share a room together. Where did she get a gong, also?
Wait, Adam, I need you to sing that again.
Wait, what did I say?
Red and Mokey in the morning.
Red and Mokey in the morning.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Speaking of best friends who have some tension when they move in together.
Oh my god.
I have their Troy and Abed in the morning mug somewhere in my house.
Oh, I would love that mug.
I think that ours broke. We used to have one. Yes.
Oh.
And then the fact that Red is just talking to Mokey's feet after that.
Yeah.
Like, she can't even really express herself that well, and then she's just talking to her feet. I think that that's a great gag. And also, just that little bit of extra, lively element, because you don't get to see Fraggle's feet. And here she is with the cutest little booties with fringe on them.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, oh, Fraggle feet are just cute little nubbins. Like, how adorable.
Boots with the fringe. Yeah, I just love that we get to see Red with her hair down.
Yeah.
Like, we don't get to see Red with her hair out of her pigtails, but of course she wouldn't sleep like that. So, yeah, it's morning. She hasn't put her hair up yet. No seams in the world building, except for Doc's neighborhood.
But yeah, I love that we get, Red is we get to see her starting to get frustrated. Because Mokey's doing her, welcome to the day ceremony and saying, welcome to the day you have truly banished all the cares of the night. And Red is, trying to hold it back, like, Mokey, I didn't have any cares during the night. Now I have cares. And she punches the gong.
That was very funny. That's how I feel about morning people.
Yeah.
And then she like gets into exercising. And it's just like, I've got all this adrenaline. I'm going to lift this giant barbell with my hands and my tail.
The one-headed tail was so cute.
Oh, that one was amazing. I also love that she says pumping granite instead of pumping iron.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good.
That's a great little cave note. They don't talk about elements all that much, but they definitely talk about rocks.
And, Mokey does try to join in, and, she tries to pick up the lighter one and just falls right over.
And Red has this great line. She's like, oh yeah, Mokey, you really shouldn't try neck presses until you're more experienced.
Which is awesome, because it's just like, oh yeah, she's probably like suffocating down there, but I'm glad. Thanks for the advice there, Red.
Thanks for assuming best intentions.
Just, and then they go shopping, right?
Yeah, they're walking through this dark and spooky cave, looking for decorations for their cave warming party later that day.
Which was you could tell that it was going to be the climax, because that's what Gogo mentioned a while ago.
Yeah.
It's just like, hey, we'll be at your cave warming party, eh? And then they get that lovely Canada content with Gobo talking. Every time he talks, the name counts as CanCon.
Yep. Tick the box. Gobo said an A.
And what is that puppet?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So I spaced out for just like a second, like for a minute during this scene, and then I tuned back in, and then suddenly there was a giant hand, and I said, where is this episode going? And then it didn't come back.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I was stunned.
So this is yet another example of Mokey being blissfully unaware of the potential danger around her. Just like when she goes to the Gorg's garden. They mentioned that this is the Merc monster, and thank you, Muppet Wiki, for telling us that this is performed by Bob Stutt.
Great puppet.
But yeah, we never see the Merc monster again. It's
Never again.
horrifying and wonderful.
It's just the hand. It's like comparable to the size of what a Gorg's hand would be,
mm-hmm. but
so, in the cave,
skinny,
and skeletal,
creepy figures.
Bony.
Yeah, very good monster
That's
hand.
Yeah,
horrifying.
and it's just like, this is where they shop with the Merc monster.
Well, they go into a special cave because Mokey wants these things, and Red is worried, and Mokey completely dismisses Red's safety concerns.
Yeah.
And that's the thing you gotta worry about when you're living together, is what are your risk factors? Like, this is perfectly analogous to somebody just going out to a big unmasked thing while living with somebody who really wants to be very COVID conscious.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
We had those talks at my house, and discovering that everyone was not on the same page about what their acceptable risk levels were. And Mokey, of course, is doing her thing again. She says, "Oh, Red, don't worry. Our positive energy will protect us."
I always get so angry when she says stuff like
grown.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a few people say that to me during COVID, too. I think that it was followed up with you're going to start teaching hybrid. But don't worry, your positive energy will keep you safe. But that's an incredible puppetry moment, because like that didn't need to be there. The argument could have been enough.
Mm-hmm.
It could have been invisible. There's a lot of cheap ways that they could have built in the tension into that moment. And who doesn't argue about like stuff that they want at parties and stuff? And instead, they went all out with a giant, creepy skeletal hand that looks like it could end them all. And then it's like, it's the Merc monster. It's fine.
I want to see it again.
You'll never see it again.
Merc monster rock.
I know. Let's rewind.
Creepy.
I was rewatching an Abria-led season of Dimension 20, and she kept using the word Merc for like killing off characters.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, oh, this is the monster that kills you. It's the Merc monster.
Fun fact, actually, that one is spelled M-E-R-C because it's short for mercenary.
Really?
Yeah, that's mercing somebody who's like hiring a mercenary to kill somebody.
Look
or
at
a
that.
mercenary killing somebody.
Oh, I love learning stuff.
Isn't it great?
Yeah, I never knew that. I always spelled it the Merc monster way.
I mean, that's also a word.
Yeah, but I never thought about it close to mercenary.
Yeah.
That's not usually what I think about in life. But now I'm going to a little bit too much. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And we do get another very satisfying puppet eat.
Oh, I do love the puppet yeet, especially when it's a big puppet hand eating a puppet. Like,
Puppet yeet.
Delicious.
Oh, man. So then we get to see Traveling Matt.
So first it's the party. They're getting ready for the party.
Yeah, they get ready for the
getting
party.
everything set up.
And tensions are high.
Yes. Oh, I would be too. Like, this is really the scene where I'm just like, oh my gosh, I'm both of them.
Well, because there's the added pressure of, like, not only are they unwilling to admit to themselves that this isn't working, they have to convince other people that this is working even when it's not. Otherwise, they also have to admit that they were wrong about the fact that this would work.
Mm-hmm.
And then they lose face and space.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
So this is where the dichotomy of being yourself, I feel like, really comes in. Because how many times have you wanted to, like, make everything perfect, and then you're just, like, stumbling over your own mess that you have made?
Mm.
And then you're just like, okay, I'll just toss it. It's fine. And then the other part of you is just so mad that there's so much more stuff and you absolutely cannot deal with it anymore.
I'm lying in this bed that I made, and it's very uncomfortable.
Yes! Okay, so I'm not the only one who's had
I'm
that
supposed to hoist other people on my petard. I hoisted myself.
But yeah, the guys come over for the house, the cave warming party, and it is immediately apparent how crowded it is in here.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, not a big space.
Not anymore.
They keep saying cozy like they're cheap realtors.
Yeah.
It's like when, like, you're trying to give a compliment, like, cozy. That's like the one word that you can really cling to, where it's like, it's not true, but also you're trying to work around what it actually feels like.
Yeah.
Yeah, cozy, rustic, and unique.
Mm-hmm.
I think that Gilmore Girls does a really good job whenever it's just like, what does rustic means? It means rustic means crap cabin, It's just all that double speak whenever you're trying to compliment somebody. Like whenever you go to somebody's play and then all you have to say is, man, I really love the lighting.
Exactly.
That always makes me sad because every so often the lighting is actually fire and you're like, I can't say this, otherwise people think I didn't like anything else.
Yeah, well, it can't be the first thing that you say.
Right, you gotta tack it on after the compliments of if the play is good, so then people know it's genuine.
Yes.
So we get a little welcome home song, and this one also feels fine. Again, I feel like musically they could have used it to express a little bit more tension.
Yeah.
And they, like, it does come up as a solid representation of the story that they're trying to sell to themselves and everyone else.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I will say that when this song gets covered on season 1 of Back to the Rock, it's in a story beat that's much more genuine, and it's also more easily understood because you don't have Gobo and Boober and Wembley in the background going, oh, excuse me, pardon me, excuse me,
Yeah, the songs aren't quite catchy, and I feel like part of that also is that these songs I feel like they're trying to move the story forward, and I think that a lot of the best Fraggle Rock songs are really songs about just enjoying the moment and don't necessarily move the story forward, which is kind of, I don't know, it's a very special thing to Fraggle Rock. But I also think that, like, Steven Universe also does that and did that.
Yeah.
Even though it's always present in my mind, it is over, as much as I wish that it wasn't. But I think that these songs are trying to continue the story as opposed to just enjoy the songs and just be awesome in their own right.
I mean, I want to lovingly and supportively and respectfully disagree.
Okay. Have at it.
My favorite song in Steven Universe is Stronger Than You.
Oh.
And Stronger Than You
okay.
marks the moment when Garnet
Spoiler alert.
gets the upper hand over Jasper and tilts the tide in their favor.
Yes. I totally concede that.
A song is about moving something forward, and that movement can happen externally or internally.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, we've seen some amazing songs about processing a feeling. The other episode you were in, Marooned, had that really beautiful little song about them just being like, no, we need to keep trying.
Yeah.
But I firmly believe that a song should express something that does move the story forward, even if it's only a little bit, or something that explores something in the story more.
I guess that's what I mean then, is that whenever it goes deeper into the moment, rather than trying to progress to the next step. I like those in Fraggle Rock. But no, you totally win that point about about Garnet's song, Stronger Than You. I still sing that as lullabies to my kids.
It's amazing. Like, and the flip example of that I always give is It's Over, the one Pearl sings. That's still moving something forward, but that's moving Pearl's internal processing forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that puts a finger on why I've been having a hard time with some of the music from this season, is there do seem to be a lot of songs that are like, I'm just going to sit here and sing a song about this thing. And it's like, well, you're not changing. You're not like processing a thing or learning a thing. You are the same person at the beginning of this song as you are at the end of it. And that doesn't sit quite right with me.
But yeah, this one, I honestly thought about when I moved into my new place, I thought about making like a lip syncing TikTok to this song because I just loved my new place so much and wanted to invite everyone over.
That would have been good. You could still do it. Yeah.
I've kind of given up on those.
Oh, okay. I've never even tried. So have at it.
It's more work than it's worth, at least for me. It's just so much work to make a single TikTok. It's just...
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay. So last note about songs that don't go anywhere. So do you guys, I forget where we are. I'm not really good with time. It exists. I don't like to recognize it.
I don't think time actually exists.
Okay.
I think
real.
time is a lie sold to us by Big Time to try to sell more clocks.
So Anthony is a big obeyer of time and knows about time and what time it is all the time and like how much time is in everything. And so I think that's also why I like those little sit there moments. But there's a song that Mokey sings about a spotted stone.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I don't know where you are or if I just ruined something.
No. That happened season 1.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, that's the tongue twister song.
Yes, thank you. Okay, great. So that's one of those songs that I think is one of their...
Slap a Dirty Wizard.
Yes, that I think is great and does absolutely nothing.
Actually, no, I have a whole bit on our episode of this and I will happily recap it.
Okay.
That song is a metaphor. That whole song is a metaphor because what happens is that's the episode where Red decides she wants to be Mokey, right?
Yep.
Yes.
And so Mokey starts singing this really awesome tongue twister song and Red tries to keep up, can for a little while, and then just can't. And the whole point of that song is to demonstrate, you can try to be like somebody and get the broad strokes, but you are always going to trip up on all the little details because you do not have them because you are not them.
Okay, so it doesn't move the story forward, but it tells the story in a metaphor.
But that's the thing. It not only tells the story in a metaphor, but it moves the story forward by forcing Red to realize this live time, which is part of why that song is so incredibly brilliant, because it is an encapsulation of the whole episode as the crux of the episode.
Well, it's not the crux of the episode, because she doesn't admit that she's not like Mokey until a lot later.
But that's when she first starts having to deny it to herself.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah.
Okay, I'm 0 for 2 right now, so I got one more, and then we're gonna move on with life. I'm just gonna try because we're either gonna go odds or I'm gonna completely concede. Okay.
I see. I don't even like that. We're finding common ground here.
Absolutely. But you are ahead, even though we have found common ground.
We are ahead, comrade.
Okay, so have you gotten to the knitting song
with the doozers?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know where that exists.
One,
the gall,
two.
darn, ball, the yarn.
Okay, that to me is the ultimate nothing is happening and that's why everything's great song. I'm also, love to knit and crochet. So I have that added benefit. And I know that it's a result of something, but I feel like it's just like, now we're just going to sing this song because we're stuck. And that's like my favorite feeling. It's just like, oh, I can't do anything. Oh, might as well knit. And that's the reason that I knit, is because everything else I can't control right now. So I'm going to do the exact same motion 1,000,000 times and make a mitten.
Dang it, I'm going to make a sock.
Oh, I've got a sock. Socks are amazing to knit. They are so trippy. Okay, so the knitting song.
So the knitting song, the thing about the knitting song is it comes in two parts.
Yes.
The first part of the knitting song, you are right, and it does that in a way that expresses the fact that they're exploring it, right? They're like, all right, well, we're not going to build, we're just going to knit.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get to see them committing to the knitting. Oh, that rhymed.
That needs to go on a knitting
Commit
bag.
to the knit.
Commit to the knit.
So we are getting some nothing, but we're also getting character detail, because how do the doozers commit to the knit? Well, they commit to the knit the same way they commit to the work, in an orderly fashion with community enthusiasm. And then we get the second part, which is all of them being fed up with the knitting because they're all stuck and they can't stand it. And how do they get fed up with the knitting? In an orderly fashion with community enthusiasm.
Doozers are so German.
They're so German. And so you're right that this isn't necessarily moving anything forward, but what it is doing is exploring doozer culture and how it expresses itself.
Yes, and those are the songs that I really, really enjoy. That depth of knowledge as opposed to that scope and sequence.
Yeah, I mean, I like both, personally.
Okay. Yeah. I feel like this show could benefit from a little bit more depth.
Yeah.
In their music.
It has a lot of it in a lot of places, but it does not seem to be appearing consistently in season 2. Yeah. Although I will say these last few episodes have been bangers back to back.
Yeah.
Okay, that was
Alrighty, shall we dive back into the
best debate? And
look, Roz, I have no conflict in here. This is just a sharing of ideas, and I love getting to geek out about like music theory as a storytelling
debate in the best
tool.
On stage high school way possible. Not any no animosity. I like that you had a different opinion, and I like that we got to explore it. And I like that we're going to move on now.
Me too. So, Julia, do you want to tell us about the big fight that happens?
Well, we get to the postcard first, right?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Oh, yeah.
Although I will note also, before the postcard, when the boys, show up to, Red has thrown some of her stuff around, and a sock lands on Mokey's nose, and everyone laughs at her like it's the funniest thing they've ever seen. I was like...
I mean, yeah, it's a sock on someone's nose, Julia. That's hilarious.
I guess so, but then Mokey is, I think, justifiably mad that everyone is laughing at her. Anyway... But then after this song, we go into the postcard. Gobo's like, I brought y'all a cave warming present. The postcard. And I was like, what a crappy gift, Gobo. Of course. It feels like the most, dude bro gift. I brought something that, it has to do with me, because it was for me, and no one else really cares about.
I brought you my mixtape, and I'm going to put it on right now.
That is Gobo's entire
energy. I brought you a framed photo of myself.
And in this postcard, Matt finds himself in a child's bedroom, to which I ask, Matt, how did you get there?
Answers we will never have.
Yeah, this is a little creepy for you, buddy.
He is in someone's house, which I don't think we've ever just seen him straight up in someone's house. He's usually out in the wild or in a store, a museum, some part where anybody could end up being on their own.
He's flying a kite.
But here he's in a kid's room. He hears the kids coming and he hides in their toy box, where they then put the toys in, and he's just hanging out inside with a bunch of toys.
It should be noted, again, thank you Muppet Wiki, that this scene includes a little plush versions of Oscar the Grouch, Bert, and Kermit.
Yeah. Which is great that they include that, because I love the idea that all kids everywhere have these toys, and they all know the characters.
Oh, absolutely.
But it is the 80s, so that was kind of true.
Yeah. And we get the button on the segment with Matt saying, it's good to have a place of one's own, but it's always nice to share. Just very fine-tunedly, like, summing up a lot of this episode. Thanks, Matt.
In case you didn't know, kids, this is what it's about.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta lay it out.
And that rainbow wallpaper that says rainbow.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
I did, because at first I didn't know it was a kid's room. I was like, is he at, like, some kind of, like, party fun center? Where is he? But it was a kid's room.
It's a kid's room with rainbow wallpaper that is written in the word rainbow. Just, does that still exist? Has anybody seen that in real life? Do you have that in real life? Please send pictures. Do you still have this wallpaper in your house?
If you have this wallpaper, please send pictures of it to our email at fraggletalkclassic@fraggletalkclassic.fraggletalkclassic.
Yes, thank you.
We don't have an email.
Or
Don't send that email.
tag Tough Pigs on Instagram or Blue Sky or something like that. That's probably a better
I
method.
tried to register it, but somebody already had Fraggle Talk Classic at fraggletalkclassic.fraggletalkclassic.
Hey, Muppet fandom works, guys. It often does, and it's
True.
It's a beautiful thing. I got an amazing video of Grover thanking Robin for his pebble through the magic of podcasting and through the magic of Tough Pigs. So
Aww.
That
the
rules.
rainbow
That's
wallpaper,
amazing.
it's the next thing. I don't care if you have to wait till next Christmas. Rainbow wallpaper, just somebody's current face with that wallpaper. I'll be so happy.
Alrighty, so it turns into a fight, and it's the accumulation and the next arc of this consistent pattern. Like, it starts with not communicating needs. You bury the need in defense of this perfect dream without realizing that the dream is a thing you need to build. Like, that story takes work. But then by the time it builds out, what's speaking isn't the need. What's speaking is the resentment from the unmet need. Instead of a conversation, it turns into conflict. And then everybody winds up feeling defensive, which makes them much less likely to be able to listen to the other person's needs in the first place.
Bingo.
This is a very valuable podcast. That was awesome.
Thank you.
I really, really enjoyed that. I feel like I know several people who need to hear this now.
Yeah.
It's real. Well, I mean, yeah. Oh, thank you.
Well, that's not, it's not always, it's not like common knowledge. That's not a bumper sticker. That's something that you have to really live and experience multiple times. So, yeah, that was great.
Yeah. Truths are usually too long to put on bumper stickers.
Yeah.
Because truth is complicated.
Yeah.
I want a bumper sticker that's just black text on a white background that just says opinion. Anyways, so they're arguing, and Mokey winds up slingshotting Red from the hammock into the pool.
Yeah.
And all my immediate thought was, damn, Mokey, that is not very live, laugh, love of you.
This is definitely the angriest we've ever seen Mokey, but this is the most also out of character. We've never seen her like this before.
I mean, again, as someone who, in my mind, characterizes the start point of Mokey's arc as well-meaning liberal, this is what happens.
Yeah.
When you put that person under stress, is their image of themselves crumbles, and so they react emotionally to try to defend it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you've never seen a lady with a white lady with a coexist bumper sticker chew out somebody at a Whole Foods, that's this. That's what's happening here. Except Mokey gets a little bit more credit because it took living with somebody and not having the ability to talk about things for a while to actually get there. But this is Mokey under actual stress.
Yeah.
That she can't just woo-woo happy vibes her way out of.
Whoopee.
And I think it's also heightened that it's caused by her best friend. I think they both so readily believed that they were going to be totally fine and bought into it. And now that everything is going, unfortunately, exactly as Gobo predicted, she's just losing her mind.
Yeah, if she decided to become, roommates with a random background Fraggle who we've never met before, this would have gone very differently. But because Mokey and Red love each other so much that when things go wrong, it feels awful.
Because it's one of your mainstays in life. is now something that you are angry at. And that's really hard. It's really hard to live with that, because then it's just like, you know, at some level of self-hatred.
Yeah.
Which doesn't feel good either.
I mean, I don't even know how much of it is self-hatred is that same thing of trying to defend the self-image, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have the self-image of me and this person have this friendship that is perfect in every way, and then you can't accept that there's this fight because that means that, you know, it's not perfect in every way.
Mm-hmm.
It's got some flaws like every other friendship ever, and so you have to admit that you were wrong, and it's hard to do that because you have to let go of your understanding of reality.
Mm-hmm.
It's easier to just bury your head in the sand and vote for... Anyways, sorry. Continue.
Denial is a warm blanket.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and it's fuzzy.
So the part that really surprised me is, so we cut to Gobo and Red, and Gobo's doing his thing. Like, I just knew you guys would never be able to agree on anything.
So helpful.
God, he drives me up a
And Red
wall.
doubles down. Like, you gotta be kidding. We agreed on everything. And we agreed so much it nearly drove us nuts.
Mm-hmm.
And then Gobo's like, well, hey, Red, don't get angry at me. Get angry at each other. And Red's like, we've already done that. And like, yeah, Gobo's not, like you said, he's really not helpful in this moment.
No.
Mm-mm.
He's very much just, I told you so.
Yeah.
Which is not, you know, I feel like this would be the more logical spot to pull out a postcard. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like Uncle Matt needs to be the one teaching this lesson, because Gobo's just like, hey, I was right, eh?
Yeah.
And I think that this would honestly make a little bit better part for a little bit better postcard.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, she goes back and she and Mokey end up fighting again.
Mm-hmm.
Or, I mean, it's not as bad this time, because what unites them is, like, so we realized that when, you know, Red was, like, throwing things everywhere, like, he got, like, a shirt tossed on him.
Yeah, poor Langford.
And he's like, oh, no, Lanford looks awful.
Yeah,
and Mokey's like,
yeah.
oh, I forgot all about him. Oh, he needs water. And Red's like, oh, maybe we should loosen his tie. He's wearing this adorable little bow tie. It's great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's gold, right?
He's so cute.
Yeah,
It's a fashionable bow tie.
matches his spots.
And, like, their shared concern over Lanford is, you know, what kind of breaks the tension and allows them to finally start talking to each other.
Yeah, there's 2 lines of dialogue I really want to highlight from this conversation, assuming I have the right conversation and I understand how time works. We have one of them saying, I was always trying to do the things you wanted to do, and the other one saying, I was always trying to say the things I thought you wanted to hear.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the crux of it. And I don't know if I've ever seen a show come out and say it that directly.
Mm-hmm.
I think Steven Universe has like an episode or 2 about that, sort of, but I don't even know if they put it that directly.
Yeah, it was usually enshrouded in a lot of world building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, like, you think, like, they're gonna get there, but then, so they talk, like, oh, we should have been honest with each other. And Mokey's like, yes, I honestly would have told you how stupid and dumb and boring your Tug-a-Tails game was. And I was like, Mokey, this is not how you do repair work. And sure enough, it leads to another fight.
Yes.
Also not very live, laugh, love of you, Mokey.
And this time, Red, like, slingshots Mokey out of the window.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like Red slingshotting Mokey is, I don't know, something a little bit worse, only because I can imagine that Red kind of enjoys being slingshot into a pool.
Right.
Like, that's kind of her, that's kind of a thrill. It's an MO. It is a very, the earlier moment is very, very tense, and obviously, but if you think about just Red herself,
Oh, yeah.
being slingshot into a pool, not the worst part of my day.
And that definitely, I like that that's, you know, one of the things where they end up finding common ground of, like, actually, that was fun. Like, can
Yes.
you go do it voluntarily? Like, hey, everybody come use this cool new feature.
Yeah.
That part was very cool and sweet.
Yeah.
And also just the fact that they got to find something fun out of it that they both enjoyed. It kind of harkens back to their original dream of having a swing in there and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Also, I would really like to do this sometime in real life.
Oh, yeah.
I think that would be so much fun. And then you get to see a wet Fraggle.
They're so good.
They're so great.
Very, very good. I also love that. Just there's a bit where Mokey comes out of the pool and she's furious, and Gobo comes in with like the moral that you have to, and Mokey just bites his head off, and it's like, yeah, Gobo, you need to just shut up, dude.
Yeah.
Go away.
And he does it again, like
Gobo away.
Like 10 seconds later, she storms back in, and he's like, now you two, in this life we have to try to get along. She's like, Gobo, will you please stop telling us to get along? He's like, yes, thank you. Someone needs to tell Gobo to shut up.
Somebody needs look, a good friend, if you need to shut up, will tell you to shut up.
Mm-hmm.
So Mokey gets flung into the water, and she's pissed. She's so mad. And they go back up and they start yelling at each other about the things that the other one likes that they hate. Like, I hate your circle flowers. I hate tug-a-tail. And basically it culminates in them just yelling at each other until one of them, I think, I don't remember if it's Red or Mokey, one of them yells, I want you to be like you is what I like about you. And the other one yells something like, you is what I like about you too, something like that.
Yeah.
And then they just have this moment of, oh, right, we like the things about the other person, the other Fraggle that are different from us. That's why we're friends. I like you as you. And that kind of starts putting the little bow on their fight of like, oh, okay, we see how we've come at this the wrong way. We should be ourselves, which is obvious, but, they had to get there the hard way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's like most people, you gotta fight your own battles, but I do hope that it would help some people understand and get there that the reason that they wanted to be with you in the first place is because of who you are.
Mm-hmm.
So it's so obvious a lesson. That's the problem with it.
Yeah.
It's too simple. It doesn't make sense. Like, it should be harder. But really it's simple if you just don't let all of the details get in the way.
Yeah. And it's a very different story of when you move in with somebody and then discover, oh, you're a different person than I thought you were.
Yes.
Okay, so whenever Mokey grabs Red and shakes her violently.
Oh, yeah.
That's an amazing piece of puppetry. And also, like, I feel like that's the most aggressive that we've ever seen Mokey. And might ever will again. Like, she's just whipping her around and yelling at the same time. And, it's a little cathartic to know. And I think that it really makes these Fraggles also very well-rounded compared to so many other characters in life that are just so simple.
Yeah.
To let Mokey feel anger and that it's okay.
Yeah, she'd be so much more two-dimensional if she was never given the space to freak out.
Yes.
She would be so much more two-dimensional if she actually was who she thought she was.
Ooh. I just got goosebumps. Yeah, that was good.
Thank you. Anything else before the Dark and Sprocket bit?
Happy Lanford means a happy life. Just bouncy little Lanford with his little bow tie.
Yeah.
How come those were never made into production? I have Fraggle toys.
Well, because they would sell them, but then they would eat the children.
Oh, that's why. Got it. Okay, so we're going to go to see Doc and Sprocket.
And Doc is suddenly had a change of heart.
Because there's a lady.
There's a very attractive owner, as he says, in an attempt at casualness.
As he's combing his hair and looking in a mirror, something we've never seen him do.
Never, not once. He then also offhand mentions to Sprocket, she has a dog, too. A Maredale, or whatever
It's
the
an
heck the type of dog is.
Airedale. Which we've already established that Sprocket likes Airedales.
Yes.
Yep.
Because of
Sprocket has
a magazine that he was looking at, yeah.
And then they go over to make sweet, sweet passes at their new neighbors. Always a great way to welcome people. Go hit on new people. That always makes them feel comfortable.
She did invite him over for tea.
That's
true. He says that she invited him.
Yeah.
I also my favorite beat in this whole bit is just right as they were going out the door, Doc kind of like steps back and says, oh, sorry, after you.
Yeah.
And it's just this nice little moment of him being nice to Sprocket. And, like, we don't get a lot of those, so...
Yeah.
We're getting more, slowly but surely.
Yeah, it's nice to see a slow, gradual change in their relationship.
So I'm looking at the episode notes on Muppet Wiki. There are no notes about the international versions, but this is one of the few episodes where the song's lyrics were written by Tim Wynne Jones instead of the usual lyricist Dennis Lee.
Yeah. I don't know much about this guy.
Yeah, me neither. So that it might have, actually, let me click on his Muppet Wiki link. But, that might have a bit to do with the songs feeling a little bit off.
Yeah, and they're not, you're right, they're not like very strong genre songs. They're not like, this is spiritual or this is rock and roll, or it's, just kind of, the first one's just kind of soft and sweet, but it's not quite a lullaby either, and so they're not bad.
Granted, he did also write the songs, or at least two of them, from the previous episode where we said that we loved the songs, so
Okay.
it's, hit and miss.
Good stuff and perfectly fine stuff.
Exactly.
Can't all be bangers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think there are any bad songs that we've heard on Fraggle Rock.
Yeah.
There are so many other ones, though, that are amazing and stand out that these ones are nice and they fit the episode, but yeah, probably won't make it mentioned in our recap at the end of this season of the podcast.
Well put.
Yeah.
Shall we talk about how to make the world a little fragglier?
Communicate. Just, if you're feeling bothered, just have a conversation. It can be stressful and anxiety-inducing, but ultimately it will provide so much and also make the situation better, or at least resolve it. Communication is key.
Oh, I got one. Affirm who people are, and don't try to change them.
Yeah.
And you don't need to change yourself.
You should change your clothes, though.
Yeah.
Seriously, you were going to go out in that? Come on, no. Just spruce it up a little bit. Alternatively, come on now. We both know you worked up a bit of a sweat. Take a nice shower, put on clean clothes. Choose your own punchline.
Or at least smell the clothes to make sure that they're okay for one more day. Because...
Remember, kids, if you can smell yourself, everyone else has been able to for a while. I'm going to go with, if a plant has teeth, don't put it by somebody else's bed.
Real.
Very inconsiderate.
Real.
I'm gonna say, if you're feeling frustrated, catapult yourself out a window and go for a nice refreshing swim.
Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Y'all want to plug your pluggables?
Yeah, Roz, thank you so much for joining us again.
Thanks for asking.
Yes, thank you so much for being here.
Yeah.
I appreciate it so much. And you guys are lovely. And obviously, because you think about Fraggle so often, and it just makes you lovelier. So thank you for the time.
Aww.
Also, I'm looking at, since you said that, I'm looking at my little silicone mittens, which are actually a tea diffuser.
Oh,
That rules.
that is so stinking cute.
Makes me very happy.
Yeah, where can people find you should you wish to be found?
Oh, dear.
Probably don't,
Yeah.
I think is the answer. Yeah.
My darling people who I guarantee you're probably very lovely if you're listening to Fraggle stuff, please don't try to find me. But if you find tough pigs and you get word to them, then I'm married to one and I am friends with many. And so they can get me messages if need be.
There you go.
If not, I would love to, if people end up meeting up in person, I love to meet people in person and see your face and feel that you are not a robot and, give you a handshake. And then you're welcome to come to my house and I will feed you probably something made with meringue and make you a cup of tea. So that's really how I connect with others.
Awesome. Yeah, you can find me on social media at Beth Anna Cook and occasionally writing stuff for Tough Pigs.
And you can find me at Geek Girl Grown Up, also occasionally writing things for Tough Pigs, and also at juliagaskill.com.
You can find me hidden between the pages of your high school diary, affirming that you were a work in progress and are allowed to have been flawed and growing.
Incredible.
Okay. Cool.
Perfect.
I'm very tired. I'm also going to be really small and flat.
Excellent.
Don't breathe too hard.
Yeah.
I'll blow away.
Yes.
All right. Remember to check out toughpigs.com. Give us a good review on your podcatcher of choice, and we will see you next time.
Don't forget to dance your cares away.
Down at Fraggle Talk.
Wow.
Fraggle Talk Classic is brought to you by toughpigs.com. Fraggle Talk art by Dave Hulteen Jr. The Fraggle Rock mark and logo, characters, and elements are trademarks of the Jim Henson Company. All rights reserved. The Fraggle Rock theme song, written by Philip Balsam and Dennis Lee, is used with permission. Special thanks to the Jim Henson Company and the entire Fraggle Rock family. For more from Tough Pigs, please find us at Tough Pigs on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, TeePublic, and Patreon. Fraggle Talk Classic is produced and edited by me, Beth Cook. Thank you to Joe Hennis, the Tough Pigs Muppet Fan Podcast executive producer. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time, down at Fraggle Talk.
So I'm looking at the episode notes on Muppet Wiki, and turns out this is...
I'm looking at a little pumpkin.
That is a very cute little pumpkin.
That's so little.
Anyway, sorry. You're looking at something relevant.
So there are no...
I've got a jar of dirt. Oh, I'm sleepy. Tell me about the leaky notes.
Wait, do you actually have a jar of dirt, or what?
It's a reference to
No,
pirates.
that's a reference to the Pirates of the
I know,
Caribbean
but
line.
Second.
Why?
Because he improvised that line when everyone else was saying, I've got this, and he just went, I've got a jar of
I
dirt.
did not know that. Okay, thank you. Anyway.